with 12 Paw Designs, and today we are making this cute little Easter subway tile. What an excellent, cute little idea, right? Okay, using an egg from the Dollar Tree, okay? In this video, or this tutorial, I did not sand and take off the back because it's gonna be hanging against the wall anyway, so it was no big deal. If it was going on my front door, I probably would have did it double-sided because I have glass. So basically in the tutorial, I'm gonna go through and how to make this, the step-by-step on it, and what I actually did with it. In the cut files, you will actually find I have the colors already grouped together for you to make it easier. And then you're gonna actually go into load it into your cutting software, and the zip file will have the four for you, a PNG, DXF, EPS, and the SVG file for you, okay? So you're gonna download that file, and you're gonna cut everything out. Now, again, if you don't have the egg, don't worry, in the cut file, there's a square version of this one as well, too, okay? I have it, like I said, I have it all grouped together for you, so you can go ahead and cut everything out. When I imported mine in, I actually used cut boxes to make it easier to weed and get cleaner lines and things like that. And then after I'm done with it, decorate it the way you want. I actually took and painted some beads. So you can see here, I just painted some beads up, strung them up, and then I did a messy bow. Again, messy. Layer it together and tie it together. And then a couple of cute little peeps that I found at the Dollar Tree, picks that I found at the Dollar Tree as well. So just something really simple there, okay? So something quick and easy. One of the things that's going to be taught today in this tutorial is doing the layering of the vinyl, okay? Because what is there, 5 or 6 colors on here? Might even be more than that because of the carrots and everything. So instead of using registration marks because this was an egg, I'm actually going to show you guys how to use parchment paper. So you're going to use your transfer tape and your parchment paper, and you're going to do the layering so you don't have to use the registration marks. And it makes it really fast and easy for doing that. So enjoy, have fun, create your projects, come back and show everybody what you did, because I love seeing it, okay? And also, if you're in YouTube, like and subscribe because I keep adding tutorials on how to do more things, and there's going to be a couple coming in this next week. So again, finish it the way you want. Subway tile egg. For those who don't have an egg, there's a square version out there. Have fun, enjoy, and share what you do. We are making a cute egg subway tile sign, and we're using the egg from the Dollar Tree, a bunch of different colors of vinyl, white Waverly chalk paint, and you can use any white paint that you have, a paintbrush, and we're going to go to town and make a really fun sign. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint the back side of the sign. Because it's going to hang on the wall, I didn't even worry about the other side. I applied 2 coats of white onto the sign to make sure that everything was nice and covered. Next, I'm going to go through and cut all my different vinyl colors that I'm going to use in this project. Make sure you check your vinyl before you pull it out of the cutting machine to make sure that everything cut properly for you, because if it didn't, you can go back in and recut it. I also used weeding boxes, and I will show you about those in a little bit here, but the weeding boxes will really help to make sure that everything weeds properly and that you can get everything that you need. Next, we're going to weed our vinyl. And when I do subway tiles, or a lot of my items that I do, I like to put a weeding box in. And what a weeding box is it'll put a nice cut box around your vinyl, so that'll help you in weeding, and that you can use actually less vinyl, and you can actually see where everything is. So you get a nice clean cut, and it'll help you for weeding and finding everything that you need to use. When doing this, there's a bunch of different layers and things like that, so I have all my vinyl done. The weeding boxes are in play, and I actually cut a few extra pieces just to make sure I had everything other than the words. But make sure you get all the centers out, you clean everything up, and you get everything clean and ready. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to layer our vinyl down. Sometimes when you have issues weeding your vinyl, just go ahead and flip it over and burnish it on the back side as well to make sure you're getting a good stick on that vinyl, so it makes it easier to pull the words off. And don't be afraid to cut off any extra vinyl so that you can just work with little pieces at a time if you need to. Now that we have everything weeded, we're actually going to go and we're going to use our transfer tape, and we're going to put the vinyl onto our egg. Today I'm actually going to use a technique using parchment paper. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start out with my biggest piece, and that is the lines of the egg with the dots and everything, and I'm going to put my transfer tape on that. Then I'm going to use my parchment paper, put that on the egg, and then I can actually position and move the vinyl where I want it to be. Once I have it done, I take the extra piece of vinyl and I attach it to my surface, lift up the transfer tape, pull out the parchment paper, and then lay it down and squeegee off the vinyl. And then when I pull the transfer tape off, I try and keep it as close to my egg as possible and pull it off. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to do that for each of the colors. So again, I'm just taking the transfer tape, putting it on top of the vinyl. Then I'm taking my piece of parchment paper and aligning and sliding and moving it to where I want it to be. Attach the transfer tape to my surface that I'm working with. Pull out the parchment paper and then squeegee down the vinyl. And it gives for a good layering and positioning. In this case, I did not use registration marks because of the way the vinyl was and because of the egg. So this is a good use of the parchment paper technique. And you're just going to go through and you're going to do this for all your colors of the vinyl. When I did my egg, I started out with the egg decoration first, so the squigglies and the dots first. Then I went and did my biggest words, so I did my Happy Easter, and then I went to, and did this, the next color next to it. So I just kept moving it that way. At the very end is when I added on the jelly beans itself, the carrots, etc., so that if I was a little off on my markings, I could move those around as needed. So you just need a little bit of eyeballing using the parchment paper, and you're going to be good to go. Now we're just adding the finishing touches of the vinyl on. I also turned around and flipped the egg over and took off any extras from the trim of the egg just to make sure that everything was finished up. One of the things I noticed that when the egg was done, it seemed a little sparse to me on the edges, so I just took some green celery colored paint from Waverly, and I just took a makeup sponge and went around the egg to add that extra color that I thought just needed that little pop to it. So, and it doesn't have to be the green, it can be any color you want, but I just thought it added a little extra. And then you can finish off your egg the way you want, and you have the cutest little Easter egg subway sign.